When God makes something, he assumes personal responsibility for sustaining that thing. Now, we read in Genesis chapter 1 verse 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. Now, theologians have an expression called ex nihilo, which means what? Out of nothing. God created out of nothing. Hebrews 11 verse 3 says, through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Meaning, when God created, he made his own raw materials. There's a story of a man who was challenging God. He said, I'm as much God as you are. God said, fine. How do you want to prove that? The man said, let's create something. You think you're creator? I can create. We'll create. God said, you first. So the man bent down and scooped up some dirt, about to create something. God said, get your own dirt. Get your own dirt. I made it. That's my raw material. I made it. You get your own dirt. You create something out of nothing. That's how God creates. Now, how does God save? Romans 7 verse 18, Paul says, for I know that in me, that is in my what? Flesh dwelleth no good thing, says Paul. I know, says Paul, here's the issue of knowledge. We ought to know that of ourselves there is nothing good in us. And so when a man or a woman is saved, the man or the woman comes to God and says to him, Father, there is nothing in me I can give to you as raw materials from which you can work. You have to create out of nothing. And so David prayed, create in me a clean heart, because his heart had nothing in it that God can use as startup material. Are you listening to me? God creates ex nihilo out of nothing. He saves ex nihilo out of nothing, because a person needing salvation is dead, which means out of death, God brings life. Now, whether by creation or salvation, I repeat, when God creates something, he takes care of it. Now, when a man or a woman gives him or herself to God, God undertakes the responsibility for every aspect and facet and department of that person's life. God takes care of all that is his. Matthew 6:24. No man can serve two masters. No man, no woman can serve two masters. God is not part of a menage a trois. Let me anglicize that. God does not participate in a threesome. It is you and God, or leave God. You cannot invite another master into your relationship with God. And so before Jesus says, I'll take care of you, before Jesus says, don't worry about what you'll eat and what you'll drink and what you'll wear and where you live and where you'll work, Jesus says, first, make sure in your mind that you are serving me. Because if you're not, I am not responsible for you. If your father were the president of the United States, you wouldn't worry. You wouldn't worry. You can go anywhere. You get whatever you want. Or if your father were Bill Gates, you wouldn't worry about school fees. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't worry about new shoes, holes in your socks. All that fear would vanish. There are students in schools who worry about tuition for the next semester, and they can't study. It affects their grades, and people think they're moronic. No, they're not morons. They are worrying about tuition. Your father's a millionaire. You don't worry. That fear is gone. What I'm saying is, God can meet all your needs. That's why Jesus said to those who are 100% his, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Matthew 6:25. Don't worry, Jesus says. Don't panic. You hear somewhere down the line that you're about to get a pink slip, Jesus says, don't worry. You're my child. I'll take care of you. So when God calls you to obey him, understand that the call is coming from someone who will take care of you and will handle the consequences of your decision to obey him. Because he becomes responsible for the consequences. All the angels, all the resources in the universe, all the power in heaven and earth is at your disposal from God, because God will go to any length to take care of those that are his.